Now, first off, I just wanted to apologize for not uploading in a long time. I needed a little break, so I'm sorry, and I'll be getting back to my regular upload schedule. Thank you for your patience. In this video, I really wanted to talk about the Swarmer Rework and what my thoughts on it are. Now, this tower got nerfed already, and I waited to talk about it for when I was in a nerf state, so let's talk. First off, this tower was easily the best DPS in the game when it first got reworked for a solid 2 weeks straight. I genuinely thought it was really funny that it could demolish the Void Reaver faster than some of the top DPS towers before it received its incoming nerf. A lot of people were saying that TDS was scamming the audience for making this tower so overpowered just for it to receive a massive nerf. And, well, according to this message, they wanted to keep Swarmer top tier. And so they did nerf him, but he's still really overpowered. While he may not be able to kill the Void Reaver in less than 20 seconds anymore, he can still kill the Void Reaver completely solo without supports. This guy can still do just as much DPS, it's just tougher to apply all of that DPS. Each Swarmer has a maximum of 30 Bs, compared to 150 Bs in its older state. However, this doesn't matter much as the global stack limit remained unchanged, still capping at 1500 stacks of Bs. So, if you wanted to reach maximum Bs before, you needed 10 Swarmers. Now, you need 50 Swarmers to apply the maximum amount of Bs, which makes you have to bring a teammate to reach your maximum amount of stacks. However, not reaching maximum stacks doesn't really matter, because a singular Swarmer can still do 229 DPS for 18k cash. So, even having 20 or 25 Swarmers will still be enough to kill some of the toughest bosses in the game. 50 Swarmers does 11k DPS, while only 20 does 4.5k DPS, which is still more than enough. This means that Swarmer barely got nerfed at all, and having 20 still does 1000 more DPS than 12 golden minigunners, which was previously the tower with the best DPS in the entire game's history. I really still think this tower needs more nerfs, truthfully, and it also doesn't help that he quite literally doesn't need any support to function properly, and bringing Commander is only a luxury, it's not required at all. So let's compare real quick. 12 golden minigunners, 8 accelerators, and 7 rangers, plus DJ damage buff and Commander Call of Arms chain, does a less damage than 50 Swarmers with no support. 50 Swarmers does 11k DPS, while the former combination of towers only does 9.5k DPS. Now, you might be saying that you can't bring more than 40 Swarmers at once in solo. You can always just bring a second teammate, and you can place 25 Swarmers, and your teammate will also place 25 Swarmers. The extra 10 slot spaces can be used for something like engineers or commanders, so you can hit every enemy and also buff the Swarmers to make their damage output even more unholy. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room here, and that's the quote-unquote Robux rug pull that Swarmer Rework was supposed to have been. Now, I don't necessarily agree that it was a rug pull, but truthfully, I don't think they should be selling limited time towers at all. TDS nor any other Roblox game should be doing this, and I honestly think that if you're going to sell something on Roblox that can provide actual advantages, there needs to be a way to obtain it through in-game objectives, not only through Robux. Games like TDS, Pet Simulator 99, and Bed Wars are perfect examples of games that sell items with advantages that are unobtainable through other means than Robux. Okay, so update, Bed Wars actually fixed this issue, and I completely forgot about it. If you can't buy kits, then you can actually get them through hard-to-get in-game currencies, which is actually really cool. Good on you, Bed Wars. So truthfully, I'm just mad at TDS for selling unobtainable towers. Not just for selling an overpowered tower that was meant to bait people into buying it. While we're talking about that, if you really got quote-unquote baited, I think you're just not that smart if you bought it for the sheer purpose of thinking it was going to be overpowered for forever. This game is actively receiving balance changes and can't have a weird and twisted meta. That would just make the game completely terrible and no one would want to play it. So why would you even think for 1 second that this tower would stay in a completely and utterly broken state? However, I really want to know what you guys think. Do you think you got scammed when you bought this tower? Do you think this tower being a meta-defining tower is not a good idea? Honestly, I think it should be obtainable through a quest, like Firework Technician. Also, I do think players who bought it, or even got it in the original event, should get a special reward like a skin, and probably some deluxe skin crates as well. TDS is kind of in a sticky scenario right now, because the people who bought this tower thinking it would be overpowered are going to get mad if it's nerfed, but the people who didn't buy it will be mad if it's not nerfed because it's incredibly overpowered and they can't get it. Really, there's no way around this other than to just make it obtainable through a really hard quest and to stop selling standalone game passes. I know they need revenue somehow, but they need to just make it so these players who can't afford to buy stuff can actually get these towers through means like tough quests. Although, if you can't beat the quest because it's unreasonably hard, then there will always be the option to buy it. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this style of video, let me know in the comments. My name is Rastility, I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.